Hi everyone, my name is Chantal Bisso, and this is my second Marketplace assignment for Assistive Technology. For this assignment, I'm going to be teaching you about and demonstrating Jabberwocky AAC. Here are all of the details. The publisher and developer. Jabberwocky AAC was developed and published by Swiftable LLC. The platform. Jabberwocky is only offered for iOS and macOS, meaning it is only available for individuals that have an iPhone, iPad, or a Mac. The intended age group. Jabberwocky was created for individuals ages 4 and older. The cost of the tool. Jabberwocky is 100% free for all of its users. The intended purpose of the tool. Jabberwocky AAC was created as a touch-free assistive speech application that tracks your head movement in order to control the app's keyboard. This tool was designed as an assistive communication app that allows individuals with limited speech to talk only with head movements. How it works. The user's nose is tracked by the camera on the device being used, and as they move their face, a cursor of sorts appears on screen and will appear in the direction that the user's nose moves to. For the user to select a letter or a word, all they must do is pause the cursor over that said letter or word, and the cursor will grow for a few seconds, and then the letter will be selected. Once the user has finished typing their sentence, they move their nose to the purple icon so that the sentence will be read out loud. This tool does not only work with the tracking of the user's nose, but the user is also able to type the sentence using a finger or other extremities that they retain mobility in. So when you first open the app, this is the tutorial it'll take you through. So you start by shaking your head back and forth so that it collaborates following your nose. And then you have to follow these steps. So at first it asks you to shake your head, and then it'll tell you to aim your nose at the cursor button, and then it'll select stuff, and then it's just going through the calibration of selecting the 1, 2, 3, 4. Once the calibration is completed, it'll take you to the main keyboard. As you can see here, I started selecting some of the shortcut words so that I can demonstrate what the voice sounds like in just a few seconds.
Hello, welcome to Jabberwocky.
Next, I selected just a few letters so that I could demonstrate what it's like to type them individually. And then, as you can see in a second, I started deleting the LLO so that I could show you what it's like to delete letters and then change it to a different word.
Hey.
Next, I started typing out some just random words in a row so I could show you how to delete your full sentences. So you click on the delete button right here, and then it'll ask you if you want to, and then you can select that. Then moving on, I wanted to show you where you can access your numbers. While we're having a look here at this page with all the numbers, I thought it would be a really good time to inform you that this whole app is being controlled by my nose right now. So everything that I do, it focuses right on my nose, but I'm also able to use my fingers while doing it as well. The next feature I'm showing you here is the drawing feature. So you can go between letters while leaving the trail behind you, and it will put words together for you. As you can see here, I have a difficult time navigating the drawing aspect of this app. Therefore, it will take a lot of practice, but this was also a good way to show you how easy it is to get rid of your sentence. Next, I'm going to be showing you what the settings are like. So on the first page, it'll show you the head tracking settings, leave private feedback, rate us on the App Store, repeat the tutorial, and then delete all the history. Then it's going to move on to this section, which is your sensitivity. Under Adjust Cursor Sensitivity, it will ask you about the shared horizontal and vertical sensitivity, so you can turn that on or off, and then just the sensitivity in general, which is low, medium, and high. Next is your Adjust Selection Mode, where you can select between dwelling and blinking, and then the selection of speed, which is slow, medium, and fast. And then moving on is Head Movement Correction, which is low, medium, and high. The next section is Disable Head Tracking, where it will leave you this blurb asking you if you're sure this is something you want to do, because you will then have to control the app with physical touch and not face tracking. So then you can cancel or disable it, and then recenter head position, where it will refocus on your nose and to make sure everything is calibrated correctly. When you move back to this section here, the only important parts here are the repeat the tutorial, so it shows you how to redo it, and then delete all history. I will show you your history now. So you click on this clock here, and it'll show you recents, frequents, and favorites. So this one comes with the app, and I'll show you, this is how you listen to it here.
Hey, I'm using a computer to help me talk. Just talk to me normally, but I need more time to answer. Is that all right?
Once you click on one of your statements, it will provide you with options of what you can do with it. So you can favorite them, delete them, copy them to your speech board, and then exit out of them, or you can also play it out loud. So with this one here, I'm going to delete it just to show you how to do it. And then as you can see, it removes it from your frequent section. So next we're going to move on to recents. So now I'm going to select on the hey statement, and I'm going to add it to my favorites by clicking on this yellow star here down at the bottom. In the statement section as well, it will also show you how many times you've used this statement and when you last used it. So now we're going to move over to the favorites section. So by favoriting these statements, what it does is it makes it more accessible for the user because these are statements that they enjoy using more. Next, I'm going to be showing you the 3 final features that I want to show you. First being the pop-up at the top of the screen that says, face is not detected, the cursor is disabled. Then there's move your face further away from the screen for better results. And then finally, the recalibration wherever you are, where you just shake your head back and forth.
So how can this tool be used in an educational setting? This tool can be used in an educational setting because nonverbal students can use this tool as a way of communicating. The educators can use this tool to help students with their spelling and their pronunciation. And this tool can be used to help students with limited speech with communicating with their peers and their educators. So some pros and cons of this tool. Some pros are that it's an easy to use calibration feature because all it requires is for you to shake your head back and forth at any time during your usage, and it will start your calibration all over again. It has the dwelling and the drawing feature on the app. So as you've seen earlier, I had a very hard time using the drawing feature, but some people don't like waiting as long with the dwelling feature, so the drawing is faster for them. You do not need internet connection to use this application, which is amazing because you can be anywhere at any time and it doesn't matter because you can use it without being connected to internet. You can adjust the speed of the dwelling feature, so you can speed it up if you don't want to use the drawing feature. I did keep it, however, on the medium to low side. You can adjust the sensitivity of the cursor, so that's handy. And the app allows for selection while the head tracking is still being enabled. So you're allowed to use like your fingers or the mobile parts of your body to use the app along with the head tracking. So that's pretty cool as well. Cons is that it's only available for Apple products. It's only available in English, no other languages. You cannot change the voice on the app. And the blinking feature used for the selection mode is not as effective as the dwelling feature is. My overall impression and would I recommend this tool? Although that I think this tool
could be extremely useful, I would not recommend this tool because it is only accessible to Apple product users. In order to create a sentence, it is extremely time consuming, and the user is unable to change the automated voice from the female voice to a male voice. And the app is not very accessible for individuals that are visually impaired, as they have made the settings section of this tool with pale colors, making it very hard to see. So in conclusion, I think that this tool was designed with good intentions. However, when the developer created this tool, they needed to take into consideration more user-friendly settings and more inclusivity when it comes to the language and the gender for our users. Thank you for watching my second marketplace, and please leave any questions or comments down below, and I'll feel happy to get back to you later this week. Thank you.